Good morning, class. Today we're going to be learning the 5 rules of the road. By the end of this class, we're going to learn the rules for starboard and port, windward and leeward, overtaking boat, avoiding collisions, and tacking. Before we begin the lesson, are there any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
I have one question. What side is port and which side starboard?
That was a great question, Jimmy. I'm going to explain it to you now. So I'm going to draw you a picture of a boat. Standard color for port is red, and the standard color for starboard is green. On your boats, it'll be identified with these colors to tell you which side is port and starboard. When sitting, looking forward in the boat, port is on your left side and starboard is on your right. Now I'm going to explain to you the point of sail for when you are on starboard and port tack. When on starboard tack, the wind will hit the starboard side of the boat first, and when on port tack, the port side of the boat will hit the sailboat first. So, when you are on starboard tack, you are on the stand-on, which means you have right of way over port-sided boats. The port-sided boat must give way to the starboard boat by heading either up or bearing off. Okay, so now, class, we're going to learn about the windward and leeward rules of the road. When two boats are on the same point of sail, the lower boat, which is the leeward boat, has right of way over the windward boat. Now, why do you think that?
Because the other boat would take the steering away from the other boat, is that right? Or I'm not sure why.
That's perfectly correct. Because the windward boat is stealing the leeward's boat wind, the leeward boat has less control while sailing. It is important to know which boat has the right of way while sailing to make sure that you do not have a collision on the water.
So which boat, if this boat moved, you would have to move, the other boat would have to get out of its way? Is that what's supposed to happen?
If the leeward boat headed up, the windward boat would either have to head up or tack going on a port tack.
Okay, and what happens if they don't do that and they don't do it? Would you keep going like that, or would you try to steer and avoid it?
You would always, even if you have right of way, you would always avoid collisions with other boats.
Because some people could get hurt, is that why? Or
exactly. So now we're going to learn about collision avoidance. It is always important when sailing to avoid the other boats on the water, because if in a collision you can get very seriously hurt. With this diagram, what does the red boat have to do to avoid the collision?
Well, could it keep going, or does it have to turn around? Did it have to tack?
In this situation, the red boat would either have to head up going on the same tack as the green boat, or it would have to tack to avoid hitting the green boat.
So would it have to go this way, or what would it have to do?
Yes, it would have to head up the same direction
like
as
the other boat? Oh, because now the wind is, they can't do that? So he would have to, tack behind the boat? Go this way?
Yes, he could either head up going on a slightly less upward direction, or go below the boat, or tack and go in the other direction of the starboard boat. Here is another situation where collision avoidance is necessary. In this situation, the green boat has the right of way over the red boat. What would the red boat have to do when the green boat keeps staying on its tack?
Well, it would either have to switch and tack and go on the same tack, and then it would have be the stand-on boat because it would be on the leeward of the other boat, right?
Can you draw me a diagram of that?
I can try. So if the boat was here and if it tacked, it would get the sail on the other side. So this boat would then switch over to here, and the sail would be on this side, and it would be going this direction. And if this boat continued on that path, this would be the leadward boat, so it would have the right of way. Is that sort of right?
That is perfect.
Or could it, I guess it could go behind this boat, it could tack behind, or I guess not even tack, what would you call that if it went behind the boat?
This red boat could bear off and go underneath the green boat.
Okay, but what if they kept going on the same course? Would the green boat just continue, or if the other boat was going to hit it, would it still stay on the same course?
You always want to avoid collision even if you have the right of way. So if the red boat does not tack or bear off, the green boat should tack or bear off to make sure that everyone is safe and there isn't a collision.
Can he signal or anything?
The green boat can yell starboard to let the red boat know that it has right of way.
Okay, that would be pretty good.
Now we're going to show what overtaking would look like on a run. Here, the red boat is the windward boat, meaning it does not have right of way over the green boat. Because the red boat is getting more wind than the green boat, it should be going faster. So what would happen if the red boat caught up to the green boat? What would the red boat have to do?
It would have to bear off behind on either side. So
Can you show me that?
okay, I would think it could go like this. It can run up here, and then it could, just wait, if its wind's going this way, it could go here on this side, and if it goes on this side, would it have to tack? Just trying to think, because I can't think how the sail would be on that side. So if he went that way, I guess he could keep the wind out, but he might want to jibe to go around. But he would have to go on either side of the other boat, like so. I think that would make it work.
Yes, exactly. Because it is the windward boat, it would have to avoid the leeward boat and either go on its port or starboard side. Now, class, we're going to learn about who has the right of way while tacking. As you can see here, there are two boats on the same tack, while one boat is windward and one boat is leeward. Both boats are going at around the same speed, but then the green boat tacks in front of the red boat. Does it have the right of way?
I'm not sure what the rules are for that. Can you explain it? Why, what would happen? Because I think he would hit the other boat.
Very good. So, while tacking, you have no rights. So, if someone runs into you, it's your fault, not the other boat. Even though you may have had right of way before, well, because you tacked and went in front of the windward boat, you did not have the right of way. And if you were in a collision, it would be your fault.
Yeah, and you probably have no speed too. You lose speed, so the other boat's going to catch you. So you have to give lots of room.
Yeah. So because tacking, you're going to be with reduced speed, so there won't be as much maneuverability. So in this case, the green boat should have probably slowed down maybe a bit and tacked behind the red boat and then continued on its journey. So now that we've learned the rules of the road, we can go out on the water and practice each of the 5.